This is also a way to help address something that I tend to see a lot of, especially with new students, and something that I experienced when I was a student, which is that feeling of comparison. That feeling of you see someone's really awesome shot, especially when it's a specific person. You see their amazing shot, and then you look at your own, and you were inspired by seeing their shot, but then as soon as you look at your own or you start comparing, that inspiration turns into deprecation, where you suddenly turn it to yourself and go, I'll never be that. I'll never get to that point. I'll never be that good. Which kind of defeats the purpose of looking at stuff to be inspired. If it's putting us down and making it so that we don't want to animate anymore, we're going in the wrong direction. And this is something a lot of us tend to go through at some point, and something that I went through when I was starting out. And what I did to kind of overcome that was to change my perspective, basically. And it's not easy, but once you do it, you start to learn a little bit more. So what I did was, instead of looking at something that inspired me and then kind of turning it on myself and going, oh, I'll never be that, I'll never be as good as them, I would look at something that inspired me. So let's say I'm scrolling through Twitter or Instagram. I don't actually use Instagram that much, but Twitter or whatever social media, and I see an animation that someone did, and it's just like, it just inspires me. It's like, wow, that's so cool. I love it. It captures me. I will right away try to figure out, or if I have time, I'll save it for later, and then when I have time, I will analyze it. Why, out of all the things that I saw on social media that day, why did this one capture me? Why did this one stop me and make me watch it twice? Or make me laugh? Or make me feel something? And I'll analyze it. And I'll try to learn from it. Not copy it, but understand what it is that made it work. How did they get this super complex animation to feel correct? How did they make this super simple animation feel so good with so little motion? And from there, instead of just kind of comparing yourself, you are learning. And then you can start applying those things that you love. The things that when you go on Twitter, you see a shot and it just stops you. You can start putting those things into your own shots and start creating your own style of elements that you love in animation. You're not just following a rule book. You're not just following the animator survival kit or survival guide. Just putting in the following the recipe kind of thing. You're making your own recipe. You're making your own style of animation. And you start to grow that way. You're still following the principles, you're still applying all of those things, but now you're starting to add little flares and spices in there. And you start to grow faster, and you start to get more experience. And suddenly, when you see those things that inspire you, they are not going to pull you down, but instead, they are a way for you to keep improving and get to those heights that you want to get to, if that makes sense. So today, that's what we're going to be doing. I've got a few clips that I had found throughout this week that I had seen, and I had that same feeling of, whoa, I love these. Why do I love this so much? And I wanted to go through and we'll analyze them together. What is it that makes this work? Why is it so much fun to look at? And hopefully with that breakdown, it'll kind of help. Maybe we'll figure out some cool animation little tips and tricks and just kind of explore different animations. As well as hopefully maybe you guys will discover some new animators or new groups that would be fun to follow and check out because they're really cool.